Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Listen, it's your girl. I told y'all that I was going to come at y'all today with a video, okay? So I started my brown stew chicken. I got a lot to do so y'all can watch me. First thing I did was put it in the pot here, Devin. You see I got my Dutch pan. You don't have to get too close. I got my Dutch pan here. I put my oil down in here. I used a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of browning, because yes, that's what I do in the oil. And I'm browning my chicken. You see that? Now this is going to be a nice brown stew here. Look at that. That sauce is going to be some good. So what I did was I put my grease down in the pot. I got my pan hot. I put my grease down in the pot. And once I put the grease down in the pot, then I put my brown sugar. I put some browning agent. And I'm just going to let the chicken get a little done on both sides. Just a little bit. The idea is not to cook it a lot, just to cook it enough to fry it in the sauce a little bit. And because I've got so much chicken, put it over here, Devin. You see that? I got so much chicken. Normally when you brown stew chicken, you do everything in the same pot. But because I don't have big enough pots to do that, I'm going to have to finish mine off in the oven. So what I got me was a couple of these long pans. So as I go, I'm going to brown my pieces, take them, put them up here in the pan, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish it off in the oven. You see that? So I have to finish it off in the oven. Now what I'm going to also do is when I make my sauce in the end, which would normally be done all in the pan together, I'm going to throw my Scotch bonnet pepper in there last, throw a piece of thyme down in there. I got everything else, all the other seasons in there. But this is the way I have to do it, simply because I got so much chicken. I don't have the big Dutch pot. And that's what I'm going to get myself when I go back down Fort Lauderdale, where them island people be set up at the swap shop down there at Sunrise. Not Sunrise. It's the swap shop down there in Fort Lauderdale. And there be a lot of them old Caribbean women down there selling the real Dutch pots from across the islands there. So that's what I'm gonna do. You never cook. You never use the same utensil on raw meat as you do cook. Now, as y'all can see, I use this tongue for the cooked meat. I'm using a spoon to put my chicken in the pan. That's raw. You never use the same utensils. People get so mixed up. You can't do that. This is going to be some good chicken here. So I hope y'all like my little tidbit of information I gave y'all this morning when I was out buying my seasonings. And I was telling you guys that if it's some things that you want to purchase, or if like you know you a good cook, or you know you like to cook and you're adventurous, you got to try some different seasonings. If you're not sure in this day and age, if you're not sure what something tastes like, try it out. Not only that, if you're not sure what flavor certain things give, that's why they got the internet. You can Google anything. Of course, I would never be able to Google what something tastes like. I just know my palate. And I know about seasonings, and I don't know how I know. I guess it's from my parents, or not my parents, my mama. I guess it's from her and my grandmothers and my Aunt Rita. I just come from a family of cooks. So I guess I just know from them what seasonings taste like, what they should be like, and so on and so forth. So that's how you obtain your sauce right there. What you do is you get your brown stew chicken going. You heat your pan up. You put it in here. You brown one side. Once you brown one side, because I have so much, I have to use another pot. And all my seasoning with the rest of it. Scotch bonnet pepper. Let's talk about that. You never, ever, whether it's habanero pepper, Scotch bonnet peppers, none of that. If you want to give something a little bit of a zing, let me show y'all. I'm just going to take this pepper, just like this. You can smell the pepper through it. I'm just going to take this pepper just like this when it's done. And I'm going to sit it down in the pot. And I'm going to let it cook. When I pour my seasonings in here, just from sitting it down in the pan, that's enough. I'm going to take my piece of thyme. I'm going to take a sprig or two of the thyme. And I'm going to put it down in the pot and let it cook. just from doing that, that's going to create the flavor I need. Don't ever, never, ever, never, ever, never, never cut up a habanero pepper or a Scotch bonnet pepper. Because what'll happen when you cut it up, it makes it too hot. You go to bite down into something and think that it's an onion. You bite down into this Scotch bonnet pepper, baby. You're not eating nothing else for the day. Okay? Just going to tell you that right now. You're not eating another damn thing for today. Simply because that shit is so hot. It messes your inside of your mouth up and make you almost feel like you can't breathe. It's so hot. How do I know? Went to one of my favorite Jamaican spots, used to be around the corner. And he had a cook in there, and the cook was filling in for the other guy, somebody else, not our regular cook that be around at that spot. Baby, and he left them peppers down in that damn sauce. And I bit down on that pepper. I wanted to go back and fight everybody up in that store. I really did, because that's just how hot that shit was. So anyway, now you see my chicken. Remember, you're not cooking this fully. You're only browning it a little bit on each side. Just enough to get it a little done. You just want it to get a little bit done. A little bit to soak up the browning.
Get to eat this.
This is Devin, y'all. Y'all can't see him on the wheels of steel. But this is Devin. He can't wait. His chops is watering. Because he already know what it tastes like. He know how it is. Now, this is supposed to be frying, y'all. It don't seem like it's frying because I done turned it down, turned it back up. And then I know I did it differently than some people do.
How's it taste?
It tastes good. The seasons are there. I'm not going to eat it all the way through because it's naturally not all the way done. But you can see the idea of what I did. And once I put that Scotch bonnet pepper in there, just enough to let you taste. You see what I mean? You can just get the flavor, right?
Yeah.
But it don't have that bite in it yet. It's because you're going to save that for last. You're going to save that bite for last, baby. So that's what I'm doing with this. For now, what I'm going to do, is it still recording?
Yeah.
So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead on and finish recording this. I'm going to pause it. Y'all see Devin, this was my man, my wheels of steels man right here. So I'm going to pause it. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to finish each step of the way because I want y'all to see what I'm doing, how good it's turning out. Okay? So I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Be back shortly. Go. All right, now you guys can see I've got all my chicken up here, right? Down here is the last part of my chicken. So now that we're down to the last part of the chicken, nice and brown still. Now that we're down to the last part of the chicken, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start making the sauce. This is the last part. Because mind you, all of this will be stewed in together. All of this. So what you do is your essence that this been marinating in all night. You put all of that in there. That's all your stuff that's been marinating. You put all of that in there. Here's where you make your stewing sauce. Now, you get your ketchup. I don't measure nothing. Some people put about 2 teaspoons. Let's see. Say about 1. I put 2 big spoonsful. Put your little ketchup in there. A lot of people use the ketchup as a thickening agent. That don't necessarily work as a thickening agent for me, but that's what a lot of the people do. They use that as a thickening agent. So, you get your little bit of water. Hold on.
So good. Yummy. Oh. Delicious. Ready to eat.
Put about 2 cups of water in here because I got a big pan and I need to have sauce for all of it. Okay. I'm going to put a pinch of flour in here because that's what I put in mine to make it a little bit thick. I don't have any cornstarch, so I'm going to use flour. So this is my thickening agent. Some people use the ketchup as the thickening agent. That's not a thickening agent for me. But everybody does things differently. I don't knock nobody for what they do and how they do it. So this is for me, just for me, this is what I do. I use it as a thickening agent for me. Because remember, I've got all this chicken that's got to stew. Now, I might could stock all this chicken in that pot right there in my Dutch pan, my oven. I might do that too. But right now, what I'm trying to do is just get this sauce in here. You know, I might try to do this. See, because I got so much chicken, I kind of still want to stew it. Excuse me, Devin. Let me rinse this out here. I think what I'm going to do is transport all the chicken in here and try to do some of the stewing on top of the stove before I put it down in the oven. Because I kind of want it all to be together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all this chicken down in here like that. Like so. Yeah, I think that'll be better. What you think, Devin? In that pan. I think that'll be better than that pan.
Definitely.
And then
Too much sauce. Hey,
pour that.
Sauce.
He's singing, y'all, because he sure ain't telling me there's no too much sauce.
It's enough sauce. Oh my God. You're killing me, Mom.
I'm killing you, baby.
It looks so good.
Now, you notice them couple pieces right there. It's not as dark as the other. Not a problem. This is what I do, honey. And this just me. Y'all do what y'all want. I use this plenty browning. Because the idea is the chit is brown stew chicken. We want it to be brown. I'm going to put a little more brown sugar in here. My choice. There we go. See that browning? That's going to be some good looking stew there, baby. Now, so I got all this down here like this. I'm going to throw some carrots down in here. Carrots are like potatoes. Once you cut fresh carrots, you've got to hurry up and put them in a bowl of water or put them in the pot because they'll start turning brown.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I cut them and put them in the water because they start turning brown. Now I'm going to throw my thyme down in here. And I'm also going to throw, a lot of my island friends use the great big carrots. I only had these little small ones here, so we're going to improvise. They have them big old round carrots. And they slice them boys up. So, now what we get ready to do, because remember, this is a stew. We're stewing this. It almost looks like beef stew, except for it's brown stew, baby. So now what I'm getting ready to do, because we're down to the stewing part of it, and it's getting ready to cook down, I'm going to take a couple sprigs of thyme and throw them down in there. Not many, because you don't need a lot. This is fresh. So you throw a couple little sprigs of thyme down in here. Gonna take a pepper. One pepper. And I'm gonna stick this pepper down in the side here. That's it. You don't need to put it all. My God. That seasoning is some good, honey. And I put that hot pepper down in there. That's going to give it some flavor. So, there you have it, folks. You got Mama A's brown stew chicken. So what I'm getting ready to do is I'm going to let this brown, I'm going to let it stew down a little bit on top of the stove. I'm going to put my lid on it, let it stew a little bit. Then I'm going to pop it in the oven just to make sure that everything gets nice and tender. So what I'm going to do is, now I'm getting ready to end this. I'm going to publish it so y'all can see it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to y'all when it's done, when I do the second part. Because then I'm going to have my rice done. And then I'm going to plate it, put some white rice, pour that brown stew over top. I'm sure Devin will be grinning and skinning for y'all because he'll be the first one with the plate. So just get one more look, y'all. My brown stew chicken. That's looking really good and it's smelling good. And my kitchen is smelling some kind of fantabulous up in here. So you know what your girl getting ready to say. From my kitchen to yours or wherever you may be. What I'm about to say. Come on now, work with me. 1, 2, 3. Holla!